Luffy is captured, but does the Navy really think that's going to go smoothly? Not at all, my friends. In this video, we're going to explore what a universe would be like where Luffy was captured by the Navy. Would they hold an execution similar to Ace's? And who would be there to save Luffy? Watch until the end, because I'm sure you won't regret it. I've come up with some wild stories to show what Luffy's execution would be like and what it would cause. After the Straw Hats take Vegapunk into their crew, they recognize that Monkey D. Luffy is their greatest danger, so they need to eliminate him once and for all. To do this, the Navy calls upon a powerful trio, the three respected admirals, Fujitora, Kizaru, and Ryokuju. They appear suddenly, catch Luffy off guard, and set up an epic confrontation. Their plan is to capture Luffy away from his crew, and they accomplish this first step of the plan. Luffy, with his flexibility, is far from his Straw Hat friends when the Navy strikes. Fujitora, with his mastery of gravity, Kizaru, faster than a blink, and Ryokuju, who merges with nature itself. The battle begins, and the Navy admirals apply full pressure using their unique abilities. Fujitora manipulates gravity with finesse, Kizaru launches light beams in the blink of an eye, and Ryokuju merges with the forest, delivering blows with impressive strength. The battle is on. Luffy, with his usual resilience, gives it his all, but the Navy's numerical advantage starts to weigh heavily. Gear 5, Luffy's strongest form, is active and proves superior to the three admirals. But unfortunately, Luffy has a disadvantage. Time is running out. The fight continues with Luffy facing the admirals on equal footing. He's giving everything he has, but the exhaustion is becoming apparent. The Navy, on the other hand, maintains maximum pressure, and Luffy begins to feel the effects. Gear 5, like a turbo engine, is reaching the end of its run. In the end, the admirals take a heavy beating from Luffy, but they knew about the strain that Gear 5 would cause him, so they were prepared to last more than 10 minutes in a fight against the Straw Hats. After nearly being defeated, they manage to hold off Luffy, until he loses his transformation and takes on an elderly appearance. With this, Monkey D. Luffy is captured. With Luffy in the hands of the Navy, the government plans a hair-raising execution ceremony. The inspiration? The tragic story of Portgas D. Ace. Get your tissues ready because this is a heart-wrenching moment. The whole world finds out about this. The news spreads like wildfire. Everyone is aware of Luffy's situation, and the reaction is explosive. The seas become turbulent, and the revolt spreads like a powder keg. And of course, Luffy's crewmates won't take this lying down. They know that this ceremony isn't just for show. It's meant to truly end Luffy. The situation becomes so serious that the government summons an army of over 100,000 soldiers, prepared to face those who will attempt to rescue the Straw Hat. Just like in the battle against the Whitebeard pirates, the government calls upon these same 100,000 soldiers. But knowing that things would be excessively more difficult, the government summons its greatest forces all at once. Among them are the Admirals, Akainu, Fujitora, Ryokuju, Sengoku, Kizaru. And as for Garp, he has simply vanished, causing Sengoku to fear what the marine hero might do next. Alongside them, more than 40 Vice Admirals, including giants and important figures like Smoker, Hina, and Tsuru, are present. The government also finds itself forced to bring out the greatest forces within. They know that this battle will determine whether they continue their tyranny, so they cannot spare any effort. Among them are the 9 Holy Knights, whose power rivals that of an admiral, and the 5 Gorosei, who are the strongest within the entire world government. Luffy's crewmates, along with all the allies he has made throughout his adventures, are united like never before. They know that this battle is one of the greatest they have ever faced. Each of them is ready to give their all, using their unique abilities to try to turn the tide. But who will really risk it all to face the world's greatest organization? And how will they arrive at the battle? Well, the stage is set and the protagonist is there, awaiting the hour of his execution. The Marines, in complete silence and nervousness, have their attention focused on all sides. The sky, the land, and the sea. Amid this silence, a ship appears in the skies. The Sunny, flying and carrying the Straw Hats, landing in the middle of the battlefield. In front of a sea of marine soldiers stand the 9 crew members of the Straw Hats, Zoro and Sanji with sly smiles, are ready to fight. Jinbei, in his imposing and serious stance, faces all the soldiers. Usopp, Nami, and Chopper are bewildered and frightened by the number of soldiers they will face. Brook, Frankie, and Robin are ready for whatever comes their way. Can the Straw Hats handle this battle alone? The Marines wait to see where their enemies will come from, and suddenly, as if emerging straight from the most epic tales, an aircraft appears in the skies. The Marines begin to speculate that it must be Vegapunk, remarking that they had forgotten about the possibility of the old man bringing an aerial vehicle. And when they realize it, it's not just Vegapunk there, but also the leader of the Revolutionary Army, Monkey D. Dragon. And it's not just him, folks. Behind him, each captain of the Revolutionary Army positions themselves, their flags waving in the wind, a united squadron bringing with it the promise of change. At this moment, Dragon's voice echoes. For the first time, he addresses his son. He says he has finally come to see his son. Dragon makes it clear that he will get his son out of this desperate situation. As Dragon speaks, the admirals and everyone else are left speechless. It's as if the very sea is roaring, as if destiny itself is being sealed right there, in that epic moment. Besides Dragon, Sabo also takes center stage. The Flame Emperor says that 2 years ago, he wasn't in Marineford to save his brother, but now, using the Mera Mera no Mi, he promises to fight in Ace's name and save his brother. And you already know his target, right? Sakazuki Akainu. Now is the time for Sabo to make up for his absence in Marineford. As if the arrival of the Revolutionary Army wasn't enough, the clouds begin to change. Behind the entire fleet assembled by Dragon, the clouds start to part. From afar, a silhouette of a dragon can be seen approaching. Akainu and the entire government are stunned by what is appearing in the sky before them. None of them can believe what they're seeing. Everyone thought there was only one dragon in this world. One of them wonders, could it be that Kaido has allied with Monkey D. Luffy? Then the creature emerges from the shadows, and everyone realizes it's not Kaido, but a pink dragon. It's Momonosuke, bringing with him all the scabbards from Wano, along with Yamato who came with them. This is enough to make Akainu swallow hard. But hold on, the worst is yet to come. As the tension on the battlefield reaches its peak, the horizon fills with a terrifying sight. A fleet, my friends, a true armada approaches imposingly. There are hundreds, maybe even thousands of ships, each carrying the weight of entire nations, united in this epic fight. Dressrosa, Alabasta, and Fishman Island, all gathered with a common goal, to save our beloved Luffy. And just when you thought it couldn't get more epic, the icing on the cake arrives. At the forefront of this impressive fleet, the Kuja pirates enter the scene, led by none other than Silver's Rayleigh, the former right-hand man of the Pirate King. Of course, the government trembles at the sight of the Pirate King's first mate before them, but what scares them the most is having the best and most beautiful woman in the world against them. This woman has a name, Boa Hancock, a woman who, behind her beauty, harbors a deep hatred in her heart, ready to give her life to save her beloved. But it doesn't stop there. There's even more excitement for us to savor in this pirate feast. When the dust settles, two renowned pirates enter the scene. Two guys no one had heard from in a while. Trafalgar Law and Eustace Kid, who had faced Shanks and Blackbeard head-on, have now set aside their rivalries and joined forces for one mission, to save the Straw Hat. Amidst this, extremely heavy footsteps approach. These steps are so heavy that the government questions if someone has activated the Mother Flame weapon ahead of schedule. But this noise isn't from a weapon, it's from a creature saying, "I am here to save you, Joy Boy." The creature behind these steps is Zunesha, carrying all the minks on its back. But wait, there's still some people missing, right? Luffy, despite being moved by the help of everyone he's ever visited, tears up and says, "Now we're only missing them." Suddenly, the Barto Club emerges from the ocean with a huge Luffy figure in the middle. Alongside them, more than 5,645 members of the Straw Hat Grand Fleet, led by Bartolomeo, are approaching. Among them are the 7 captains, Bartolomeo, Cavendish, Ideo, Leo, Sai, Hadrudin, and Orlumbus, all leading their own fleets of ships. And accompanying the Barto Club is none other than the Thousand Sunny. All of Luffy's friends arrive to save him from certain death. And thus begins the greatest war this world has ever seen. The battle begins, but things are not going as expected. They manage to free Luffy, but the world government proves to be relentless and won't let anyone escape, as they are determined to defeat the pirates once and for all. Not even Luffy's conqueror's haki is enough to take down so many people. Despite their numbers, the pirates are still no match for the government, which not only has the numerical advantage, but also each soldier possesses considerable power. Everyone is anxious as the battle rages on, while Akainu grows more confident in defeating the Pirate King and the leader of the revolutionaries simultaneously. Then, from afar, a mysterious marine warship approaches. Luffy and the others grow more anxious, thinking more enemies are arriving. But everything changes when he hears a voice calling out, "Mugi-chan!" It's none other than Bon Clay, the current queen of Okama, bringing with him a legion of prisoners from levels 1 to 6 to fight in this battle. With this, Luffy and the others regain hope of defeating all the soldiers surrounding them. Man, it would be crazy to see this happening, right? I've left the ending of this incredible battle open, but now I want to test your creativity. What do you think will happen after Bon Clay arrives in the war? What will Garp do amidst all this? Could Shanks join the fray? Comment your version below, I'm curious to see. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It takes a lot of effort to bring a video like this, so I humbly ask you to leave a like below, which helps a lot, and subscribe to receive part 2 of this video. I'll stop here for now. See you next time.